What's up, everybody? I'm gonna have to seriously consider moving the stream to 12, but the more I move it, the later I sleep. So I don't think it matters. Um, I've got like this sleep schedule problem where I can't go to sleep. Now I'm like, due to Friday night poker game, I think all night. I can't adjust back to normal, so I'm sleeping like basically sleeping from 4 a.m. until 11 a.m. Um, Hard to get back. I need some melatonin. Send me some melatonin. It's actually probably better. It's better for the stream to be later. We get more viewers. Just that usually I used to have lessons on Wednesday afternoon, but this time is not occupied right now. So I can stream till 2. Normally we're streaming till 1:30. We can do till 2 today. A little bit later. Good to see you guys. See, yeah, there's more people here if I start half an hour later. It's either too hot or too cold. I'm like the three bears. If I don't turn on the AC, it's like there's no air in the room. If I turn the AC on, I'm like freezing. Any other complaints? Sure. I got a game submission from some Sack guy, Mr. Sack, or the Sack guy, or does anyone know who that is? I assume that means like they're a subscriber to the stream, but I wasn't sure who it was for tomorrow night's stream. I could just ask them in chat or in private messages, but that would be too difficult. All right. So, yeah, we're ready to go. Welcome. No, it's a strong player. Its ratings are like 2,300 and shit. That's a good suggestion, but Bill, yeah, Bjock. That's a good suggestion. I didn't think of that, but I didn't. I guess because I noticed the account had high ratings, like 2,200 to 2,300 in like Blitz or something. So it's a stronger player. Sorry, it's not Bob, but that's a good guess. Love, love of the bee. Bees are important, both in real life and in Wordle. So what's up, guys? I'm sorry, I've got my sleep schedule all screwed up, so I'm like late every time now. I actually used to be on time. I also have this theory that time is moving faster the last couple of weeks. So I don't know what's up with that. That's a possibility as well. All right. So we were going to take challenges here. I'm normally streaming like 11:30 to 1:30, but we're gonna do 12 to 2. Maybe it's ours from a fake account. Nice. No, ours has left us. He's gone now. Sadly. It's all my fault. I was too combative. Alright, you're all set. I don't want that. Thank you. Alright, that's our study. Thomas Strangson, ABC, FIGM. George, that's Mr. Coffee. Acerbate. And then again, I got this message from Sack is Life. It's probably some, like, subscriber who's got the Smurf accounts going on all the time. Uber driver sent me a message about his game yesterday. Uber driver, you'll be interested to know the computer. I think like thinks Bishop B3 is the best move. It's only temporary, man. Uber driver is a conservative, a little too conservative in my opinion. On the libertarian side, Um, yeah, send me a game. I want to play chess. We're here to play chess. That's right. So we had a challenge. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and please, if you don't already have an account on Kick, don't be afraid to go over to kick.com/Saji and follow me over there. You reached out to me, but it looks like the scheduling not working out. Love the bee. Um, well, scheduling not great, but we can probably work out something for weekends, maybe every other week or something like that. Um, I wouldn't be too pessimistic. I think we can possibly, um, possibly work it out. Good morning, Nedog. Yeah, I'll message you again. I thought maybe Sunday. As I said, I can't meet always on weekends, but we could probably work something out where we meet every other week. If you absolutely can't do weekdays. But anyway, I don't really want to do like lesson scheduling on the stream. Okay, but it's good to see you. Nedog, good to see you as well, my old friend. Good morning, sir, sire. We don't say sir here, we say sire. To mock those who say sir. It's so like old fashioned, It's so weird. Mister, that's the other one. It makes people feel old when you call them Mister. Please don't do that to me. All right, I'm self-conscious about my age, like that Nito. Hey, it's Carl Jung's birthday today. Let's do some Jungian analysis. I had an idea. Constantinopolski. I've decided to study the games of Constantinopolski. He was Bronstein's trainer and one of the earliest developers of the King's Indian. It's funny though, I mean, I looked at some of his games, and in the earlier times, your old handle was Mr. Serious, you self-applied it. The heck is that supposed to mean? Can you explain that? What do you mean by that? Mr. Serious? Oh, Mr. You see, I'm all on the other part of the word, and I'm like, what's with the serious? You're on the other side of the word. Yeah, I don't know where I got that from. But I was young then, when I made that account. I was like, again, the sign. D5's not a line, bro. It's not a line. Nobody plays D5. But whatever. He's like, again, this line. Homie, you've played 350 plus games against me. I've played 50 different openings against you. You've played the same way every time with white. And you're saying like, again, this line. Dude, what do you want me to do? Like, you never change your openings. I've played 50 different openings against you in 300 something games. I mean, at some point I'm running out of openings, I'm gonna have to play like the same opening more than once. There just aren't like 350 different openings to play against you while you continue to play the same thing every time. You're not complaining. I'm just internet is like really, really difficult to get context. But honestly, when you say again this line, it doesn't sound like you're excited. You're not complaining, you're just like kind of mildly disappointed. It's mild disappointment, it's not complaining. It's all, it doesn't matter. How's my coffee today? I made a melange. Does it count? How many things does it take to have a melange? Melange. Maybe Nedog would be an expert on that. He's a swinger. How many types of coffee does it take to make a melange? Is 2 enough, or it takes like 3? Melange de trois. What if I don't want a castle? I really need to go back into the 1800s. Nah. Early 1900s? Nah. 1920s to really start researching the King's Indian. The history of the King's Indian. Let's say 1920s. To be honest, though, it's really not a lot there. You got to go a little later. But the earliest King's Indian. See, I'm trying to play like the old school approach, and you play d5. Nobody plays d5. There's no reason to play d5. I mean, I don't understand why you have to close the center so quickly there. You just like it. I get it. You don't have to. You just like it. Different things. Different strokes for different folks. Play fast, don't think. There's that Dutch guy. Move first, think later, or whatever. He had this very irritating sort of nervous tick. Chess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an original name. The double fives trips everyone up. Pranav. Nice to meet you. Hard to know when to close the center. Not really. There are tells. There are signs. It's all in the tea leaves. Learning chess. You just don't have to. You have to know. It's just you have to learn how to read the tea leaves. Look up that position where Schumacher played d5 and see how many games, what percentage of games you come up with. Extremely low. And they're not going to be a lot of good players who played it. But whatever. I think I should play c6. But I'm having doubts about it. You know what? So I'm going to castle. I'm not afraid, dude. Like, do your g4 or whatever. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Take. B6 is really non-dynamic. I'm going to go for this. I don't like playing Schumacher first. Oh, no. Well, if that's... Dude, who has like 186 rabbit games? No Blitz and Bullet. That's weird. I can play you if you're in the queue. And you're next. But I don't like just put some people ahead of others. I hate that when people beg to play next. Okay, BH Key. That's you. Okay, Key. Yeah, I have weird, like, old age dyslexia. Wow, I've never seen him think so long. We should really... I wish I had time to play longer games. I'm playing a lot of 10-0 lately. Which really shouldn't be that different from 7-5. It should basically be the same thing, but... Somehow 7-5 seems faster. Because the initial time goes down. Yeah, that's cool. BHK, learning chess. Just don't ask me to play you first again. One time's enough. Don't say sir. I have there goes his attacking position. This is very, very interesting. I guess I should take on d5. There's things about it I like, and there's things about it I don't like. Other options. What would Mr. Slowhand do? Don't love it. I don't hate it. It's laziness is what it is. That feels like a mistake, but I'm probably wrong as usual. Yeah, I mean, he makes a lot of decisions without proper consideration. Have you considered all your options? I'm just gonna stop annotating my games. He's too fast. Completely not sure if this is good. Jesus Christ. Completely not sure if you're right. I guess I play f6, then knight e4. There were other ways to play it. I mean, I think black has a good position, but you never give me time. You know, you gamble with the clock, and you constantly put me in situations where I don't have time to find the best move. I think your play is strategically dubious, but difficult for black to exploit it, given the time situation. Right there, I could have played like knight d6 and like traded my bishop on e5 and taken on c4, but I didn't. There's all these like decisions. I have an interesting idea here. I need the blockade. Blockading doesn't work. Rook a7. The acerbate maneuver. Yeah, it's a complicated position. I don't know. If it works, you're great. If it doesn't work, your position sucks. I mean, or something in between. This is coming up for defense. Okay. I am surprised by that move. He blinked first. There are some interesting ideas with that. What made him play knight c3? I mean, he wants to go here. I never expected that move. So you're just defending your pawn. If black gets rolling, he's just crushing here. I mean, I think white missed opportunity, like, had to go d6. Had to go all in with that, like, passed pawn. Once you let me blockade, I'm secure. g5. I played g5 yesterday, you missed it. It was a really weird g5 against Zen chess. If you're a fan of g5, you would have liked that. Although the computer didn't think it was the best move. Not surprisingly. You know, there's a time, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was in the Caruana World Championship match where I think, you know, obviously Caruana was white in a Sveshnikov against Magnus. There was some game involving like g5. g5 is problematic here to some degree because of the light squares. Oh no. Would have made e4 pawn sacrifice. Get rolling on dark squares. What are you talking about? This game or that game last night against Zen chess? Liechtenstein. I already told you. Liechtenstein and Geller were the specialists in that. Bronstein was a big... I mean, the thing about Bronstein was, like, he played everything. Like, because of... I was just talking about this. Because of Konstantinopolsky, his trainer, Bronstein had this kind of thing about playing, like, many, many different openings. Whereas Geller and Stein had a short career, but he died young. Geller and Stein were more devoted to the King's Indian than Bronstein, who played everything. Konstantinopolsky, like, gets credit for being a King's Indian developer, but actually played the Nimzo a lot. Speaking of e4, I thought he was going to sack a piece there. Queens are the worst blockaders, just so you know. Well, this game was destructive. Usually Schumacher is more tricky tactically and will come up with something, but in this game, he just kind of just didn't. You know, he just like... He just didn't really find anything he was comfortable with. Now g5. I don't know what to do. I think f4. Still blockade. The master of blockade. Master and the Margarita. You're a sick hombre. I don't know, I guess it's like bullet chess. Please don't play knight g4. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can feel the adrenaline. Should have played King G1 maybe last move. Unbelievable. Oh. It's kind of weird, man. Mate. Crushed me again. I don't know, dude. You play better when you have no time than the whole game when you did have time. No, no, he's lost the whole game until one move when I blunder and lose on time. This is what happens every game. It's so strange, dude. And the weird thing, he's like got a really low blitz and bullet rating. It's just really strange. If you were so good at super fast chess, why are you not like 2400 in bullet and blitz? $22.06. But I mean, every game with you is the same shit. It's just like you're playing for time. You lost the whole game. You don't care about strategy. Just want to win on time. It's disheartening. All you care about is playing for time. Whatever. Nice win. My name is a bitch. Yeah, so I don't know. You just don't understand learning chess, and you probably never will. So don't bother to try. Just don't understand. Also, you're like brainwashed. I don't understand why people like learning chess come to my stream. You're just completely brainwashed and think that like bullet chess is chess and that's all you care about playing, you know. And you do the same kind of stuff. You The only reason he used his time is because he had such a horrible position he couldn't like find any moves, you know. Normally he wouldn't use any time. The whole philosophy is bad from the beginning. The way that Schumacher approaches the game, the way that learning chess approaches the game. They'll only use time if they have a bad position or like are lost, you know. Uber driver, it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't fucking matter. Why do you bother to point out important strategic things when these guys don't care? You know, they don't care. They'll just continue to do the same thing next time as long as they can win on time in a bullet. Why do I? It's like talking to a fucking vacuum, man. You know, that's why I get pissed. They don't even care, dude. Why do you even bother to type that out? Why even bother, man? What I don't understand is someone like learning chess. Why do they want to play me? You know, I'm not about that. They literally don't even care. Exactly, Shaki, exactly. Schumacher doesn't care. He doesn't care that his chess is totally like, you know, strategically unsound. He doesn't care what I say. He doesn't care. He literally doesn't care. He won't listen, and after 350 games, all he wants to do is win on time. It's like banging my head onto some kind of cement wall, you know? So again, I lost on time because of one move blunder when I was winning like pretty much the whole game. Well, that's the important thing. If he can't get me in time pressure, he gets really low on time and then, you know, tries to trick me into playing too fast. Whatever he can do to like win on time. And learning chess is just like, I don't know who that is, dude, but it's just like ridiculous. Why do people who don't listen and only care about bullet chess even bother to come to my stream? I don't understand. Are they like trolls? Are you trolling me? Why don't we have people who care and want to play good chess? Learning chess, the guy has played 350 fucking games against me. I think I know a little bit about him. You know? Maybe he cares. He's trying, and he says, like, dude, I've played 350 fucking games against the guy. Are you serious? Now he's happy. He beat me on, you know, a one-move blunder. That's a great result for him. I think we're all played by this type of thinking regarding chess. Might be that bullet chess is way too promoted within. You don't say. Anonymous. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's a plague, is what it is. It's destroying chess, in my opinion. You know. It's the ultimate like Maurice Ashley. Like 30 years ago, Maurice Ashley started with the let's make chess faster, for more exciting, for the public. And he was always real hyped about blitz chess and how to make chess, you know, so they want to make money, they want to make chess exciting. Make chess suck again, you know. I don't want to play like bad chess and win on time against how empty can you feel? Like, I just played Magnus Carlsen and beat him. He hung his queen in time pressure. Yes, you know, it's like, who the fuck cares? It's totally inane, you know. Are you gonna have like some really great feeling of gratification because you like beat somebody on time or they hung their queen or whatever? Um, People, it's not. But you know, the funny thing, it's not just chess. You know, it's like everything. It's like TikTok videos and our whole like instant gratification society. But I'm fine with that. Like they can have that, but don't force it on me. What I don't understand is why people who are like that are attracted to even playing on my stream. You know, why don't you go play Eric Rosen in Blitz or something? In Bullet. You guys know I hate this kind of stuff. You could say, well, Schumacher used all of his time. Yeah, after he had like almost couldn't move and he was like paralyzed, he had to start using his time. The people are the majority, and they're mostly at chess.com. But oops, I said that. If I have to resort to like playing bad moves just to move fast, I mean, why even bother playing chess? This is weird. BHK seems to really know what he's doing. Okay, he's... This is quite strong. Just rapid games. Recently, now it's September. Yeah, this is getting scary. I think I hesitated a little too much here. Every opponent I have in rapid trying to flag me in drawn positions. It's amazing how hard it is to actually attack black. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like your move though. BHK, why would you cave there? I was just thinking like there's no way I'm gonna break through, and now you took here, but that seems to help me. Maybe like the first bad move he's played. If you can, you know, relatively bad move. Anyway. Now at least there's some hope for me. It feels like. I guess I misplaced my bishop in this game. Even I'm subject to it. I'm playing faster than I would normally. But mostly because it's like morning and I'm just not concentrating yet. And I get my first game is like B-Jock, who plays like bullet every game until he has a lost position. Well, I mean, the good news for him is that he does slow down when he has a lost position. Some people don't even do that, you know. Yeah, why did the people like who play bullet chess play 10-0 games or something? This is really scary. Yeah, this bishop is not good. I never thought of this opening as like an attacking system for black, but no one plays it. Castle's queenside, and you have this kingside pawn storm. Huh. Yeah, this just sucks from the get-go. But if you play bishop c4, you just get e6, so either way. I don't know this line enough. Basically, black has like a free kick on the king side. I mean, I would rather play longer games, but there's no time, you know? I would rather play classical or longer rapid. 7+5 is basically like the fastest time control I play now. I mean, online at least. Or at all. At all. Yeah, Uber driver points out the bishop takes c5. Doesn't it strengthen your intuition and help learning to play under time pressure? We see what good it did for me. Yeah. I played a lot of Blitz, like 5-0 Blitz. But I guess the thing we have to specify, I'm not saying that blitz is all bad. I think bullet is an utter waste of time. Anything faster than like 5 minutes is stupid. But you really have to. Yeah, okay, there are benefits to playing blitz. Some players, like Kramnik and Botvinnik, don't, or didn't, in Botvinnik's case, play blitz much at all, but I think as long as you can understand the difference, yes, I agree, Timo, that it can strengthen your intuition and your ability to play under time pressure, of course, and that is important. But it's like there are people that it's all they can do. They can't play longer games because they have chess ADD. It's like the benefits don't outweigh the negatives. It seems like playing too much bullet and blitz chess just turns people into chess autistics with attention deficit disorder. They can't even play like normal chess anymore. Most of the people, and you have beginners trying to play bullet chess. It's because they saw Magnus Carlsen playing bullet chess. It's so bad. It's way more destructive. It's way more destructive than it is constructive. The faster time control you play. I don't know, learning chess. I don't think English is your first language, so sometimes it's hard to understand exactly what we're saying to each other, but yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. I was seriously worse in this game. Or I thought I was seriously worse, and I wasn't. That's the other possibility, which happens less frequently. Dude, I'm going to the World Senior Championship, where the time control, my next two tournaments, the time control is 40 moves in 90 minutes, plus another 30 minutes and 30 seconds per move. So I don't need to play like bullet chess. That's the closest thing to real chess. With the exception of a handful of tournaments where the time control is even slower. I think like Hastings and a few traditional tournaments that have even longer time controls, where thinking is actually possible. So I can avoid it. But I don't know, for how much longer. I'm pretty bummed out, actually, because the one tournament I'm playing next month, they, of course, because of economic reasons, most likely, they changed it from 9 days to 7. So now I have 2 double rounds, which I hate. At least they didn't make the time controls, like, faster. Yeah. BHK had a very good position. I mean, it felt almost like I was in deep shit. Now he's drifted. But how can I finish him off? Or maybe the better question is, can I finish him off? Tie down to G2. There's a possibility of A4. No. There is a problem here that I can't get my king into the game. Okay, now I can get my king into the game. Is it enough? Probably. Possibly. Maybe. Oh, he took it. He has a tactic here. With bishop f3 check. King e1 is really good. Centralizing my king. An excellent move. He can force everything off here. Well, I guess I have bishop takes. He's very alert tactically. You gotta give him credit. Good player tactically. Like most players, young players, you know, he's probably not as good experienced in the endgame. Oh, we're winning now. Up 2 pawns. Should be pretty easy to win this. But I think if we go back in this game, you're going to see that he had a very serious advantage. Fighter. He's a lover, not a fighter. How do I finish him off here? Bishop f5. Bishop g6. Bishop g6. If I can do that and get my king in the other side. Quick streams. A quick streams? Only on Saturdays? What the heck? Are you doing drugs again? Keep smoking. Quick. Are you trolling me, troll? Troll is trolling. This was a more normal game, and you know, as far as like time usage, and I think I was in trouble. Let's see. Just a quick moment. So first of all, is bishop f4? You see, like this game, Carlsen Grandelius, by the way, that was ugly. Did anybody see that? I mean, it seems like yesterday. That's how long I've been streaming. Actually, that's weird. How long have I been streaming, Mr. Coffee? Oh yeah, Rachmanov was playing it with white, dude. He's crazy. I like Rachmanov for a couple reasons, even though he's Russian. Not all Russians are bad necessarily. I don't know how his political views are. Interestingly, Peter Spidler was just playing here in Hungarian Rapid. This is like one of the few places where like Russian citizens can go to play chess. But Rachmanov, you know, I never watched the streams or anything, but when I saw him play chess, I realized this guy is kind of special because he has a very amazing kind of Karpovian style. And secondly, um, yeah, he probably plays it with black, man, but he's like the only person in the world who plays the Nimzovich, Sicilian reversed, um, which I think is even more unbelievable. So anyway, he's got a very creative style, which is nice to see. Um, yeah, the Grandelius game. I didn't realize we were following the Grandelius game. I totally forgot. So Magnus sacked the B pawn? No. What was Magnus's move? I should really. But this looks like, dude, I haven't played a single Nimzovich Sicilian. I haven't played this position since I saw Magnus win that game. What did Magnus play? He played Queen C1? By the way, like, the worst decision ever for Grandelius to play the Nimzovich Sicilian, I guess, but. Alright, B3. I mean, against Magnus. B3 is main line. Queen C7. So this is my first time playing this. I actually found the mainline move. Yeah, so it's Rachmanov. You know what you're doing. E6. And now, yeah, now I just played like a lame move because I don't know what I'm doing. Uber driver suggesting Queen E2. Well, how the hell am I going to develop my bishop if I play Queen E2? Then I have to take the time to play like G3. There's one player who played Queen E2. I don't know. Okay, it's a move. So now H4, I'm supposed to play H4. Preempting your thing on the king side. Saric lost to Rachmanov. He's the Croatian #1. Alright. So bishop E2 is just lame and slow. And so Vityugov and Borji Marcel played H6. Borji Marcel is studying with Robert Brooke, and he's talent here. I won a very scary game against him 2 years ago. But H6, okay, so this is a new move, but B6 looks very natural. So that's pretty crazy. Okay, B6. Now, I just castled like a noob into the attack. Yeah, I underestimated you. There's no Rachmanov. There's no gains here. Nobody plays bishop E2, I guess. But I really was asking for it with my routine play. I just like went fully routine. And the next move doesn't help either. I'm just like, now I don't have a queenside attack. This is perfect. But what you did wrong was, like, I thought taking on B4. Yeah. You could have played G5 right away. But, this is the critical moment where I'm too slow to react on the queen side. B4 double question mark. Well, I didn't realize it was that bad. But anyway, whether or not it's bad, the point is, like, there's no reason for you to take on B4 here. This is a really, really bad move. I have no way to break you down on the queen side. Or if I do, it's going to take forever. Yeah, you have a huge advantage here. And this is just, like, giving it all away. That was just what I wanted to point out, I slept walk through the opening. And because it's morning. Yeah, it looks like a good weapon if you follow Rachmanov's games. I think you're going to run into trouble against really strong players who know exactly how to play. Um, you thought your bishop had to be on e7 for the kingside attack. Yeah, but I mean, you're just like, if I take on c5 and you take with the bishop, I have like no way to break your queenside ever. Why is Hayesmir? Hey, if you play d4, I'm gonna play e6. Why is Hayesmir playing d4? You better not play the London system. Top of the morning to you. That's morning for me too, troll. So Astana, Dynamo Croatia. Jesus. Yeah, that sounds kind of hardcore, man. A little too much for Kazakhstan. Hardcore football, like football hooligans. Your hooligans can't touch their hooligans, bro. There's no way. Though I think like Serbia would be rougher than Croatia. What's this E3 stuff? You woke up with sore hips and lower back pain. It's only gonna get worse, isn't it? Remember where you were last night? He's playing the Kali system, Kali. Straight up Kali system. I guess it's like Kole. Like, no one ever answers this question. If I look in Wikipedia, will it show like the proper pronunciation of Kole's name? Kali is definitely not the correct pronunciation. It's safe to say that, but it's just easy to say. It sounds like Kali dog. Kole was Belgian. Belgian, right? Yesterday I asked the question, but I got no answer. Why do the Belgians make such good beers and like the Dutch have no beer? Like they don't export any beer. And don't bring me that Heineken shit. Heineken's the worst. Heineken is basically the same. It's like drinking American beer. I hate Heineken. Why are Belgians so good at beer? And the Dutch have no export beers. Do we have any beer experts? Amstel. That's another weird thing that in the West, in America, Amstel is like, they don't have Amstel, they have Amstel Light. But in Europe, there's like normal Amstel. Dude, that's the same with Russian everything, troll. I told the story how I went on an exchange program to Russia in 1990. I hated cucumbers, bro. I never ate cucumbers. I hated it. It was like my least favorite food next to like liver. By the time I left Russia, it was like my favorite food. Let's just put it that way. I'm just thinking like, Holland is located kind of between Belgium and Germany. How would you not have good beer, What do they drink? They don't drink, they just smoke weed. That's the problem. Cucumbers are good in Russia. See? Not everything's bad. I told you. They got some damn good cucumbers. They tried. It was like the height of the end of the Cold War, though. You know, so everybody was like pretty messed up. This was in 1990. Needless to say, there wasn't, you know, a lot of like great meat available in the shops necessarily for the average consumer. Um, but just, you know, that was funny. They did have good vodka though. Vodka was fine. Cucumbers and vodka. That was the way to survive in 1990 Russia. All right. So Hasmer is switching to D4. Good animal products are expensive but available. Oh, animal products. Human organs too. It'll run you um, if you want a liver or something. But definitely a black market. More accessible than the West. The black market is more accessible than in the West, I think, in Russia. I've held off on the A6 here. He said wrong? Really? Think the Western black market is more accessible? No? No human organs? I should go to like the Balkans for that? Or Africa or something? If I need a new liver? That's the problem with the internet. Like, you just can't get context from people. Oh, from the US, you go to Mexico. Well, it depends. You go to Mexico. We have a Mexican in the audience, you know, troll. So we can get some verification. Sometimes you go to Mexico and you don't come back. Well, you don't come back the way you originally were. Look, I have friends who are Mexican. You get mixed reviews. And then there's like which part of Mexico you're going to and stuff like that. I've never been to Mexico though, so I'm not gonna talk about something I'm not an authority on like everything else. I heard they've got everything in Kazakhstan now. If you want to get something, you just get it from Kazakhstan. Nobody knows what you're talking about, Nedog. They're not from Boston. um, actually, Uber drivers in Boston too. Who lived in Lynn? Charlie Mays? Did you ever meet Charlie Mays? Probably not. He was like a tournament player from the Boylston. Yeah, I've never been to Lynn, and I never really had the desire to go. Well, anyway, he's just like nice. He's a nice guy that's been in chess in Boston for more than 30 years. But mostly he would play over the board, and sometimes he would go to Harvard Square, but he was kind of a quiet guy. And he never played a lot in the square. Um, but I just remember he was from Lynn. The only the only one of the chess players I was sure was from Lynn. that I knew. Honestly, like as far as like urban sprawl and shit, Boston's not that bad. I was just looking at the map. I guess it's not quite as violent and bad as most cities. But yeah. I'm sure there are some parts. I used to hang out in JP. JP became kind of trendy. So the traffic has gotten worse after the big dig. Good, they spent all that money on that. You're driving. Are you driving? Or you're just like Chewbacca? You're like the co-pilot. Do you even have a driver's license? I remember driving with you as my co-pilot. All right, let's focus on the chess here. Hiasmiro is doing a stonewall attack. Yeah, it's like ultra violent. Take your pieces and point them at the enemy king side. You don't drive the trucks, they make you nervous. The trucks make you nervous? Or the drivers of the trucks make you nervous? You don't have to answer that question. You weren't part of the Ocean Gate development team, right? 2 times in the last 2 days, large vehicles have gotten stuck on my street. First it was a semi and then a bus yesterday. Damaging other vehicles makes me... Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yesterday, and insurance makes you nervous. Yesterday, it was a bus, and the day before that, it was a semi trying to come down my street, which has cars parked on both sides. These guys are like morons. They're messed up because there's this traffic problem here. There's construction, and they get stuck like coming down a street where they think they can turn right and they can't because the construction has made it too narrow. So they end up trying to go down this like narrow street, which is next to my apartment. And then you just hear this like grinding metal sound as they start to drag like one of the parked cars. There's about 20 seconds of grinding metal, and then you hear them stop and get out. And they're like, oops. Then they get out with a piece of paper and they're leaving their insurance information for the parked car that just got totaled. Oh, speaking of totaled cars, guys, remember Antoni from the stream? Lives in Italy. His car was destroyed by tennis ball sized hail in Italy yesterday. Dude, it's insane. Like, it looks like it went through a tornado or a hurricane. They had the craziest shit. Did you guys see that in the news? Even an airplane taking off at Milan claimed to have like they took a lot of damage to the airplane. But this is crazy, man. His wife and his car were like both destroyed by like tennis ball sized hail. The windows are all smashed in. It's like dents all over the car. I was like, dude, your insurance company's never gonna believe that was a hailstorm. It looks like it was attacked by a tornado or something. Like, yeah, there's no climate change. In the U.S., they probably wouldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't pay off your insurance because they wouldn't believe you that it was a hailstorm. I never saw anything like that. I mean, I've seen tornadoes, hurricanes, but I've never seen a car destroyed by a hailstorm. The entire windshield was like broken in. He's like, I can't go to the lesson today. I'm like, what's up? He's like, well, my car just got destroyed by tennis ball sized hail. Showed me the pictures. And then there's like fires in Sicily. I'm really excited to go to Sicily in October, November. I don't know if there'll be anything there. They like have to like close the airport in Pamplona because the wildfires are so close to the airport. How badly was the wife damaged? Just the wife's car, not the wife itself. Both like had all their windows smashed in. It looked like they had been to Dorchester or something. Philadelphia. I mean, if you had shown it to me, I would say, okay, you've been to Philadelphia. This isn't a hailstorm. This is Philadelphia. God, I like driving cars. The wife, the wife itself. He's only been married a short time, so he doesn't want to get rid of the wife yet. Honeymoon period. That's understandable. Is it time for Family Feud again? Can I play G5? That's not a good idea. So that you try to control yourself. You don't want to play G5. Just keep telling yourself you don't want to play G5. Don't want to play G5. I do want my knight to re-enter. So 7 plus 5 becomes 7 plus 5, otherwise known as Jesus, Bishop D6. That better not work. I got a lot of blockade for you. Man, F5 there was interesting. I'm surprised he didn't come up with it. That is a nice bishop you've got there. How's your queen on A7? Feels good. It's in play. Oh, queen F2. That does defend your bishop, huh? Haysmere was kind of at the Zen chess stage where he's good. He still needs some endgame work. Games are not his forte. Yet. No. No, 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 no. That's not how these things work. Your pawn is hanging on b1. See, I like it. I like it simplified. He doesn't like simplified positions. I prefer my position simplified. I was in trouble, man. Again, and this is like an ongoing thing. It seems like whenever I play, even amateurs and offbeat openings, it feels like I have this problem in chess 960, as Troll knows. I'm very bad in the openings in chess 960. Maybe my problem is that I just need time. I need more time than most people in the opening. Maybe I play well if I have time, but if I don't, then I play like shit. Here I was unsure. The proverbial question about whether to block your bishop or not with knight c6. Look at the statistics between bishop e7 and knight c6. Very close. So Mr. Coffee. Yusupov Tal. I'd rather be on the Portish Tal side than the Yusupov side. Castle. Bishop e2. And then c takes d4. So I caved here. This is the best score. But then suddenly, okay, Larry versus Zoltan Ribley. 1985. Yusupov Knightich. Oh, now it's Larry playing black and Larry playing white. Larry's an expert. Mr. Coffee, you asked me about the structure the other day, right? This is the same structure, except like white got in d5. But like that's a good question. What do you call the structure? Larry Gary. What do you call this structure? It's not a Sicilian. It's not a hedgehog. You know, it doesn't really have a name. I mean, it's a queen pawn game. I don't know what to call it, you know. In the example you gave, black was like double fianchettoed, and I didn't have e6, so it was worse. If you get in d5, you're worse. Notice that a couple people even ventured d5 here with black. My old friend Anna Ushanina. Hanging in there. And Kharkiv. Rook e8. Oh, we're following Larry versus Ribley. And Branko versus Larry. So Larry. It's Larry versus Larry. Larry playing white against Larry playing black. And now Hayes Miro played a very rare move, rook on ace c1. Yeah, this is kind of not your style, Hayes Miro. What's up with rook ace c1? I mean, you're not attacking my king side. You should have gone knight g5 right away. Yeah, that's Larry style. Knight g5 right away. I mean, you're supposed to be attacking the king side. I'm surprised nobody played rook a e1 here. That's never been played. Rook a d1's been played, and white never won a single game. Rook a c1 is just kind of routine. And rook f e1 feels routine. Knight g5 is the only move that's not routine. Well, the number one reason to accept a draw is to play the next game, Troll. Philip Short versus Chris Ward. So I'm playing like Chris Ward. Now you played knight g5. I played g6 here. And then d5 got a dubious. So computer thinks, as usual, the human was impatient. Human impatient. I'm like always worried they're gonna play d5, but obviously that's not an issue yet. This is, I love this shit, man. He transferred his rook to c3. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that in a Kali's Sword system. The rook c3, rook h3 transfer. I missed e5 because I'm too busy talking. Damn it. And then I played h6, which was also impatient, unnecessary, weakening. Here, routine move. Here, now you're coming back. And now I took. You're slightly better now. And then I played knight h7. I was afraid, man. I was afraid about my king side, but you can never get mated with the knight on f8. So it doesn't really matter. Like, I guess I thought there was a chance I could go to g5. Now you're clearly better. But I managed to hold it together. I thought this was a good move, but no, it's a question mark. Who would have imagined? Taking with the pawn is a question mark. And your pawn gets surrounded. I used the wrong rook, though. Because you have freaking f5, right? You had queen e5. Okay, here, 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 here. Yeah. I thought you had f5, but that doesn't work. This rook's protected. All right. Yeah, no, good game. I don't know. Good game. Cheese learning. Who's alpha alpha? They're very alpha. I wasn't sure what to do the whole game. Just do it fast. Alpha alpha, welcome. You know, this time control is fast. It's basically blitz. It's glorified blitz. So. Well, hey, Smiro, I mean, being an e4 player, I wouldn't think like it's that easy to play the Kali Kodnowski. The other thing I'm noticing is that I guess because of like Chessable and such, there are a lot of people who they know how to play the opening really well, but the rest of the game like just starts to like suck, you know. They'll go 15, 20 moves in the opening. That was always like a thing. People that focus too much on the opening, they memorize moves and then they just didn't know how to play chess. But I think Chessable is like making it more pronounced. Although I know that Chessable has courses for other stuff, not just openings now. I feel like still like the main draw is people trying to like force themselves to memorize openings. I'm seeing more and more people who know the opening way better than the rest of the game. You're helping a friend learn chess. I'm gonna show him the Kali. Kole. I'll go to the Belgian restaurant and ask them how to pronounce it. I had a couple nice games yesterday. I played e5 with black here, which is a line that I never played. Maybe Ernesto, aka Nadog, you remember Nadog? You played the Sveshnikov? I don't know if Nadog's still here, but he used to play the Sveshnikov. I don't remember. Maybe you played that move, e5. I always avoided it, but I never played knight c6 move order that much, and I would rarely get knight c3. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Miro. Alpha is next. I'm streaming a little bit longer today because I'm waking up later and later. Last week's Friday night poker game was 6 to 6 in the morning, and it's like shifted my whole like sleep schedule. Now like every night I go to bed at like 4 a.m. And yesterday, okay, going back to the first conversation, yesterday it's funny, I had 2 games with black in this position. One guy played bishop b5, and the other guy played bishop c4, which is the standard move. But I had a funny, interesting position after bishop e5. I played knight f6, and I just realized that if you play bishop e5, knight f6, it's like you're playing the black side of the four knights, and you made the illegal move c5. I was just thinking, like, if I was playing the black side of the four knights, would I want to make the illegal move c5 if I could? So this is, I've had, like, everything canceled this week. Like, lessons, recordings. I mean, it's summer and a lot of people have stuff going on, but it's like my whole week has been weird. Today, again, I had something canceled. Yesterday, canceled. Monday, canceled. And it's funny because I'm like all by myself, alone, and it's creeping me out. Feels bad. You'd think, like, if you're by yourself, no one else is there to distract you, you'd have more time, and the time seems to be going faster. My dad had this quote. He used to always say, like, he doesn't have time to go to the bathroom. He was always in a hurry, and he was always, like, running out the house, coming back because he forgot something. And I'm just wondering, is that the case with everybody as we get older? H6. See, learn just being thoughtful. I played bishop e7 here. It's a very interesting line. There's a piece sack. Bishop e7, d3. How does this go now? d6, knight g5, bishop takes g5, queen h5 or something. There was some piece sacrifice. h6 makes sense to stop knight g5 though. I mean, it's a tad on the slow side. That rush gives some actual chemical reaction in the brain, and it's addictive. You have a severe case of it. Like, I understand what you're talking about, Troll. Adrenaline rush of, like, constantly being late. I just wonder if it has to do with getting older in my case. I was never a person who was constantly late, but I also never had this issue where I felt like I have no time. I'm always, I'm looking at the clock and it's like always. It feels like the clock is getting faster and minutes are shorter. It's really, really weird. And I mean, you'd think, like, if you're alone, you have no other responsibilities for a couple weeks, you would have even more time. And I have, like, less time. It's weird. Okay, there's nobody here to help me do stuff. Knight f6. So this is thoughtful. Thoughtful opening from learning chess. No one's there to hear you scream. But you have more important things to do, and tolerance for adrenaline is lower. It could be, like, chemical. It's probably chemical. I don't know. 2 years ago, I started taking beta blockers for my blood pressure, which actually, like, lowers your adrenaline. And prior to that, I had I was taking nothing. So I don't know. I didn't realize I had high blood pressure, but then I went to the doctor because I felt, I checked it. It was like high, and it turns out it was high. I had no clue, and I don't know how long I had high blood pressure. I mean, it could have been for like 10 years, but it was totally unnoticeable for forever. But maybe the medicine makes me slower or something. Maybe I'm just slower. Old ladies are like passing me on the street, and I feel like I'm walking. I used to always walk very fast, but now like the little old ladies are like blowing past you on the street. You're like, hey man, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, they call high blood pressure the silent killer. Um, but I'm right now. Probably chess did it to me. The stress. The stress of chess. Yeah, Black's playing this correctly. I'm not actually sure what I'm supposed to do. He took away my g5, my favorite square. You're supposed to maneuver to g5 in these type of lines. An abundance of caution. Now, I mean, I don't like taking a medication that lowers my adrenaline. I'll be honest. Um, actually, troll on a roll, the best thing to do, um, that's funny. The another thing, this is really crazy. I read yesterday that a study shows that breathing exercises, there's some connection between people who do breathing exercises and less, believe it or not, less dementia. Like regular breathing exercises like yoga or other kinds of deep breathing exercises where you regulate your breathing. I mean, it's known that it's good for your nervous system and blood pressure, but it's possible that training yourself to breathe more slowly somehow even has a connection to reducing the risk of dementia. So I need to sign up for some yoga meditation classes or something. All right, what am I doing? I could have played knight f1 there. That's pretty standard. I don't understand. I didn't read the whole article. I don't understand exactly the connection between reducing the chances of dementia and deep breathing. You're saying exercising leads to health benefits. Not exactly exercising. It's something about, it's not even necessary to exercise. It's about breathing exercises. It doesn't have to be like cardio, cardio related. I mean, you're actually slowing down. We're talking about actually slowing down you're probably slowing down your heart rate. In exercise, you're often like increasing your heart rate. So it's not the same as exercise. If you're meditating or doing just some kind of meditation, it doesn't have, it can be different from exercise. But it's nice to have you back here, Troll. Really thoughtful. You're very thoughtful and thought-provoking. I don't know about this. This looks slow. My whole setup is too slow. It's lame. Learning chess. Who would have thought? Dude, Kobe Bryant's son had a cardiac arrest yesterday. Exercise is dangerous. Not the first basketball player to have cardiac arrest. He's in stable condition. I think they even released him from the ICU. Basketball kills. Not just basketball, but football as well. What was the name of the footballer who had a cardiac arrest here in Budapest 2 years ago? The World Cup and what was it? The Euro qualifier. Now he's back playing. Well, you're a cynic, trying to roll. But I don't think that, you know, you have to be on performance enhancing drugs to have a cardiac arrest. It could be a COVID vaccine, right? I mean, we can make up conspiracy theories for everything. That's the thing. Conspiracy theories are just like tactics, 99% of them don't work. It's easy to come up with conspiracy theory for everything. The fact of the matter is only like 1% of them are legit. Exactly the same as tactics. People can have cardiac arrest because of congenital reasons. Many reasons. That's why you need a defibrillator. To keep a defibrillator handy at all times. Dude, they saved that guy's life in Budapest at Puskás 2 years ago. You need F4. My position sucks, man. I have nothing. Now, I can't remember the Danish player's name. But you know what I'm talking about. But I'm glad that Kobe's son is alright. He's just 18. I mean, of course, it could be drug related. That'll be the next conspiracy. Ericsson, yeah. No, this was in Budapest, man. That happened in Budapest. You should check that out, man. That didn't happen in Denmark. It was here. Yeah. No, it happened here in Budapest. You want to bet? I was here when it happened. Shocky's down with conspiracy theories. It was in Denmark, I tell you. Nobody ever believes me. Oh, I just Googled it. Well, I mean, he could have been taken there later. There's no way I'm wrong. I'm never wrong. I've got asked. Okay, there's a 1% chance I'm wrong. Nowhere in the article it says where it was. That's really messed up. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. Wow. I apologize. That's my mistake. All right. No wonder he would have been dead if it was here. That makes sense now. We were hosting a lot of those matches at Pushkash, and I really believed it was here. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I screw the truth, man. I believed it at the time, and I continued to believe it that it happened here for some reason. There was a match being hosted here that day. I guess I just assumed, it was that one. That's crazy. It's the weirdest thing. I could swear that I thought it was here. Sorry, Shaki. The 1% came through. He's right. It wasn't in Budapest. It was there in Denmark. Doesn't exist. WJ Loof, you're back. Whew. Bishop B1 question mark. I forgot my pawn was protected. He distracted me. Yeah, that's crazy. It's funny how the memory plays tricks on you. Well, it didn't really in my case. I always believed it happened here. Since that day when it happened, I had this weird impression that it was in Budapest. Hi, glad to catch your stream. Have you been investigating the D6 sign? Oh, I haven't been messing with it too much, Cruciferous. You can put a link in the chat, but I haven't been messing with it too much. It's kind of on hold right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I played Bishop B1 thinking that I needed to play Bishop B1. But anyway, that's how memories get twisted. But it helps if you get it right the first time. WJ Loof, I'm glad to see you. Thanks for remaining a subscriber. You named it the Montenegrin defense. Hold on a second. You mean Chichak is from Montenegro? It should be called the Chichak defense. I thought he was like from somewhere else. That's weird. Could be. So h6. I can't believe h6 is really good. Yeah, I know he leads to Sweden. Okay, I didn't know he was from Montenegro. That's cool. Yeah, he's a brutal blitz player. He crushed me a couple times in blitz. He plays especially weird openings. h6, knight d5. So knight d5 is not the main line, but what is my normal plan? d3. d3, knight d2, knight f1. Okay. Maybe I'll remember for next time. You have to play this. Alright. I'm streaming a little bit longer today till 2 because of shifting sleep schedule. Guys, don't forget, donate, support the stream. Send me to What's Left of Sicily in October, November, if there's anything left. Because of wildfires and 50 degrees Celsius. Highly cruciferous. You know what? Subscribe. And if you subscribe, you can you could join our stream tomorrow and submit that for analysis. Did something happen? Well, there's like really bad fires. And obviously you know about the Greek island. But in Sicily as well. In Palermo, like the fires, there's like wildfires like up to the airport. They had to close the airport in where I'm going to be going in October. Poor Morales lives in Sicily. I hope he's all right. Highly cruciferous. This is how I survive and make a living. By streaming, bro. Yeah, I understand that. You knew about Greece. I mean, it's the same thing as Greece, basically. Insanely high temperatures. Um, Insanely high temperatures, and it's like a blight. Like, all right, I'm gonna play knight f6. Not a lot of people use this move order. This is my new thing, but I really like the. I really like the. I had the exact same game against somebody yesterday. What's up with that? Or maybe they played knight c3 first. No, I appreciate it, highly cruciferous. Just that this is a stream I'm doing for rapid challenges. I'm not analyzing stuff. I'm just saying if you wanted to analyze, you could join our analysis stream if you're a subscriber tomorrow. But I don't just like randomly stop playing to do analysis here. So h6 is possible, not necessary. Castles is normal. Basically, it's like I'm playing the Joko piano with black, except I played b5 for no apparent reason. But that's okay. Yeah, and a very similar position yesterday I looked at, and I think I can go ahead and do it, you know. Mr. Coffee. Sorry. You just put the hose into the sea and sprinkle everything. Put the hose into the sea. It's that easy. That's the solution to island forest fires. New complications, whatever. So when I looked at the similar position yesterday, it didn't. Stockfish didn't put much faith in knight hg5. I don't think this is the ideal situation for that, since he's behind the development and doesn't have f4. So white already has like probably nothing special. Maybe even he's worse. Yeah, I don't think it's sound. It's like a good classical. It's like a good classical variation for black. White has no f4. The queen side isn't even developed yet. He hasn't even played knight c3. There's one thing that bothers me here. I mean, obviously, the possibility of knight c3, knight d5. It should be too slow, though. So, if queen f3, I have the standard kind of king g7. And then if queen g3, I could preemptively play king g7. What was the one thing that bothered me again? Bishop e6, knight c3, king g7, knight d5 takes. And there, like, my knight is pinned to my rook on a8. So I could play king g7 first, and then if queen f3, I'm good. If knight c3, I play bishop e6. He plays knight d5, I take, and then I can protect the knight with the queen. That variation seems plausible. See, the problem with chess, like people playing bullet or whatever, like you have to calculate this. King h1. No one will even notice. Well, that's good. I do need another job. Now that you mention it. White's prepared to play prepared to play f4. Oh, king g6. Then f4 anyway. Then he has to take with the bishop. Wow. That's a crazy variation, like king g6, f4, pawn takes pawn. Is that a good idea? There's got to be something more sensible than king g6. I could even play knight e7. Also, rook h8 is very tempting. There's rook h8, rook h8, rook h6. I played this without full analysis. I actually also have bishop d4, which is an old... That's like an old Evans Gambit defense. So if you do f4, I take, and if you play rook takes f4, I have bishop d4 defending here, and attacking b2 simultaneously. Fire on the water! I'm surprised Aspirate isn't like kicking in some kind of classic rock at this point. They don't care about climate change in Hungary. Just banning books that have references to homosexuality. Now every book is like banned. Catch-22. Slaughterhouse-5. It's not like it has to have homosexuality in the title. This is how crazy our situation is here with the government. Now it's like if homosexuality is, if it's mentioned in a book, the book is like banned. Kurt Vonnegut is banned. Heller is banned. It's insane, man. It's like culture wars in the United States. Fucking Ron DeSantis and the Republicans, all they care about is like culture wars. Our whole planet is fucking melting. And we're gonna just like pretend that the important issues are culture wars. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? It's worse than in the States, man. They're banning books that reference homosexuality here. I've got at least 2 or 3 banned books on my shelf behind me, and I feel good about it. You might as well... My thing is like you might as well just ban thinking, you know? Ban thinking. That's what they want. All right, I got distracted. I don't know why. Rook h6. I was thinking. Oh, thinking's not allowed. I forgot. Nope. No thinking. How do I get out of this pin like permanently? Why don't I just play bishop e6? Seriously, what am I doing here? I guess I had an alternative. I could have played knight d4. And that would block my bishop idea, though. You could still do it. Well, f4. We can always sack our queen, no problem. That's a pretty messed up position right there. Oops, I lost my queen. When you start banning Vonnegut, you're getting on my wheelhouse now. But the principle of the thing is greater than that, of course. Besides just banning my favorite author, you're violating people's rights. It's just sick. All right. Double Alpha is too fast. From Ukraine, maybe, maybe not. He's got 1 million games, mostly blitz. I don't know if he's too strong or not. We will see. Looks like Black's holding the line, though. I have not read Barth. But I always like Vonnegut because he's like my dad's generation. And it sort of reminds me of my dad somehow. It's weird. Oh, you have a move here. I can always sacrifice a piece back, no problem. Yes. We officially have no idea what we're doing now. This position has gone into the twilight zone. And I'm a little bit worried about it, to be honest. The time pressure was a bit too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equal material. My king is not looking super safe. I'm not a boomer. Wow. Damn, I'm so short of time here. What a game. Now that's a chess game. Nobody knows what's going on. In a real chess game, nobody knows what's going on, right? Nice tactical battle. Battle bots. I was a little worried about knight d4 there. Are you seriously from Ukraine? Queen c5. Ooh, I was worried about queen f2. That's fine. The endgame. Endgame there would be very unpromising for me. I don't know about White's king, man. Where is he going? He's walking out in the middle. That seems like a strange decision to me. Yeah, he's totally just... He's sort of melting down. I think I was in big trouble, like, obviously. It's still not clear. But it's a good heads-up decision. I'm pawn down. Why am I training queens? I'm freaking out. God damn it. That was a huge mistake. This guy is just too good. Seriously. Wow. I don't think he's Ukrainian. I would almost bet it. I would almost bet on it. I think he's from India. He plays like an Indian player, not a Ukrainian. Fast. If I had to bet on... But, you know, nowadays, I mean, you can't tell. It's not like people go to the Pioneer Palace anymore. It's a young player, obviously. That was a good game. That was at least a fun game. That was the most fun game we had. It's not like Konstantinopolsky is teaching at the Pioneer Palace in Kiev or something. You're really from Ukraine? I mean, everybody's like, it's a different world today. There is no palace. G5, best. You sack the piece here. So this is unsound, but it's a good try. King G7 was best. King H1. Rook H8 was best. It's funny, like, I play the best moves and I'm still, like, terrified. And F4. I expected F4, but he played H4. And I'm totally winning after Queen E8 or Queen D7. See, this is the problem with Stockfish. Its evaluation is, like, whacked. I mean, yeah, okay, Black's winning at depth 19, depth 22. But I have a minute and 56 seconds against 4 minutes. He already has more than twice as much time as me. And I'm only up what? What's my material advantage here? 1, 2, bishops, the knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's down 1 point of material in a classical material view of the position. He has 2 pawns for a knight. So it says, the engine says he's minus 5.7. He's down 1 point of material. And the engine says he's negative 5.7. And my king is kind of exposed, you know. So it's easy if you're a computer on depth 23. I didn't see the idea of unpinning with queen d7 here. So bishop e6 is a mistake. Knight c3. I should have played knight d4. Couldn't I have played it on the previous move? Knight d4. And this is a huge mistake. I'm gambling, but I really wanted this line. Wow, I have knight takes e4. Holy shit. I was just going to recapture. This is like really tempting, you know, to just try to mate him. Rook takes h4. So he's not winning my queen. So I went from +5 to +1. I missed the unbelievable knight e4. Took here. And after d4, I'm worse. So I went from -5 to worse. And now I have 10 seconds to 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And the best I could come up with was queen g8, which is losing, apparently. From +5 to -4. +5 to -5. I went the full spectrum of 10 pawn shift. And both of us made like pretty reasonable moves. He has in between move there. He's still winning. And I have no time left. And here I honestly thought I was saving the game, but apparently not. I really thought that I could hold on here. I'm only down 1 pawn. Wow. That's minus 3. Queen g5 was best. Here I thought you had knight d4. But this is still good. And you should have played queen f2. This is kind of like why I'm saying, like, I feel like I'm not playing a Ukrainian, you know. I feel like classically trained players, you know, would go into the end game. Players from a country that has a really rich, you know, history in chess, who've been trained, they would definitely play queen f2 here. But you're just a young player, so. And the classical ideas of people being trained in the Pioneer Palace and all that stuff is, it doesn't matter anywhere. It almost doesn't exist anymore. People are learning chess online, so it almost doesn't matter where you're from anymore. There's a title player from Madagascar, you know. But the point is, like, you're up a pawn here. You have a very solid structure. You should definitely trade queens. I thought this is a mistake, bringing your king to the center. And this is really crazy, you know. You're bringing your king in the middle of the board. I have a bishop that could swing back here or go up there to g4, and your king is coming out in the middle. And I missed, and now I should have saved the game, but I was about to flag. This is really insane, like your king on d3. It's lucky that black's not winning here. And then I just blundered with queen h3, because I was going to flag. I wanted to play bishop c8 really bad, but I got scared of knight d5 check, which is probably justified. Yeah, knight d5 is too strong. So I spent my time trying to, you know, seeing rook g1 and trying to think about how to use my white squared bishop, and I just played this blunder. Yeah, rook g8 is probably best, but objectively you're clearly better still. This is the most interesting game we had today. 10-point swing in evaluation. But really, like, for a game that had such a wide, you know. I mean, I think the stockfish evaluations are sort of stupid. You wanted to play bishop c8 really badly. That's the high blood pressure. My blood pressure is good right now. Well, actually, maybe it isn't, but I feel like I'm okay. Yeah. Dr. Oblivate. Well, I got time for one last game. Thanks for the gift sub earlier from Mr. Coffee. And Lecky, I'm not good at Polish names, but Lecky, we thank you for following. Yeah, we'll play Doctor. What? No, we lost the Doctor. We lost the Doctor. We got a 1500 with no games. Damn it! Come back, Doctor. All right, I'll rematch this guy. Whatever. I normally don't play people who have less than 100 games. This is against our policy. I was supposed to play the Doctor, but he disappeared. You're 1500 based on 56 games. You better play like a 1500. The Berlin fence is a goddamn nightmare. I don't want to play the Berlin endgame. But this, or g6, or bishop c5, they're all playable. So it's basically like a slow Joko with my bishop on b5. Not very inspiring. I would imagine that c4, Arkady Naiditch would probably play c4 here or something. Okay. But this is like standard. Every 1500 knows how to play the black side of the... This is going to be my last game, guys. Doctor, give me the news. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We have a monster amount of followers today. Wow. What's up with that? 200 viewers. God. Tomorrow night we're hosting subscriber stream. That's definitely 1500. Not a good move. On the plus side, on knight g5, you can play knight h6. Oh my god. You know, knight g5, knight h6, queen h5, queen f6 might not be that bad for black. Kind of want to go h3. Knight g4 is a really bad move. b5 is also a bad move. You don't want to play b5 for just no reason. If you want to play b5, then probably your bishop should go to b7, cover the weakened squares. Now knight g5 and black is lost. I would assume black is objectively lost now. He has to play d5 and play like the worst two knights defense ever. So he was a real legit 1500. Lichess 1500. I gotta go, guys. It was nice knowing you. But our viewership is not increasing. You would think we would have... The Bible got banned in some school district in Utah. I know about that. I was asking Asterbait if he was going on any Mormon retreats to Death Valley in the near future. Now here's an interesting question. I heard like chess.com organizes Mormon retreats to Death Valley if you're interested. I wish they did, man. Um, get rid of some of those guys. I know that's mean. Wow. I love blacks like something beautiful about when you first start playing chess and you don't have bias, you know. You just you're innocent and there's something beautiful about that, but black needs a lot of training. He's making very fundamental mistakes. Knight g4 was a big one. Now he's got the king like our last opponent. Though that king is probably safer on d7 than c8, I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. A gas car isn't exactly mad. Mad? Are you sure you're getting enough alcohol, Troll? Did they cut you off? I'm not sure you're making sense. He's going the distance. It's a Cake song again in my head, man. He's going for speed. He's going the distance. Going to e8, bro. Resetting, reshuffling. Reshuffling. It's Fisher random, reshuffle. Don't have any at the house at the moment. But at least you have a house, so that's good. House without alcohol is better than alcohol with no house any day of the week. Poor Dr. Oblivate just keeps disappearing and coming back. Yeah, I'm a little low on stock. I'm low stocked at the moment. I decided to like not drink on a daily basis. I had this really disgusting like Jack Daniels what is it, like cinnamon liqueur I bought. It's like the worst thing I ever bought. I don't know how they even produced it. There's this popular nip in the United States called Fireball. And a lot of the contractors driving around my neighborhood used to like drink it and throw it out their trucks and stuff. The empties. But this is really bad. You can't drink it. I don't think I could drink it if I was like having alcohol withdrawal symptoms or something. I've got that and I've got a beer, I think. Of high proof, I only like rum. You're a pirate, a true pirate. Don't drink 40%. I finished a bottle of Metaxa. That's too sweet, though. I don't know how the 15-year Metaxa is. The 7-year Metaxa is... It's too sweet. It's really too sweet. This game was a little bit of a disappointment after our last game. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Donate, support the stream. How can you like live in Eurasia and not like vodka or brandy? That's crazy, bro. I'm having my family bring Transylvanian Palinka back. I try to not drink too much of it because it's very dangerous. Granny knockers. Didn't you have what? Bishop takes followed by rook a8. Yeah. Yeah. And then bishop takes, rook takes, check here. Yeah. But it's kind of like at this point, who cares? I mean, I'm up like 100 pieces. It's hard to concentrate when you're up like 100 pieces, to be honest. I find anyway, if this was an unrated game, not unrated, but if this was like an anonymous game, I just resign at this point. Go on to the next game to conserve time. This was my most uncompetitive game in a long time. It just ceases to be interesting when you're up like 6 pieces. I mean, it's a little too much. But it's funny, there's a whole there seems to be a whole like art form. Now I should do it. There's a whole art form to people who like just don't resign. They're like experts in avoiding mate in 1. From getting bad positions constantly. It's just considered an art form in some cultures. One cannot conserve time or collect it. All I know is that my time is going faster. So that's definitely true. See? He's an expert in avoiding mate in 1 or 2. We could be here all like a year. It's like when I was in college, there was this bartender, and he had a chessboard at the bar, and you get the classic question of like, oh, you're good at chess? Okay. Can you beat me in like 10 moves? And then we would have these like, he was a total beginner, and so we would have these sort of odds challenges where I had to beat him in less than a certain number of moves, like actually checkmate him. And it's really hard, to even checkmate an absolute beginner. As obviously you guys probably know that. It's not easy to checkmate an absolute beginner in X number of moves. Just, that's how it is. There's the occasional mate in 2, mate in 3, mate in 4, but I mean, that's not easy to do. But this player has they've focused way too much on trying to like, avoid losing in hopeless situations. They should just focus more on learning how to not get into hopeless situations. It's a product of getting bad positions on a regular basis. And also people just not telling them, hey, look, don't waste your time like playing out lost positions. Somebody didn't tell him like, hey, you're wasting your time. It's probably like a 3-year-old kid, His dad wasn't like, hey, you should resign. Go on to the next game. My friend's wife, who was Serbian and has this really strong... She has this really strong Serbian accent, so she would be like, Shnufi. He's a good player. but she was funny. Like sometimes she'd be like when he was losing, and she knew it, 'cause she's a good player too. She'd be like, Schnuffy, play another game. Okay, my Serbian accent's a little weak. That sounded more like Apu from The Simpsons. It was just funny. She would like be like telling him to resign. The guy's like, I am strength. Yeah, sorry, I can't. I don't know. My accents are bad lately. Yent, Schnuffy. Well, it's a woman voice. I'm not really good at doing women voices, first of all. And this guy just keeps coming back. Alright, dude. Whatever, Dr. Obliviate. He's gonna be disconnecting. He's got really bad internet. So I really gotta go after this game. But it was always funny, like, when she would tell him to resign. She's like 2,000 and he's like 2,400. And you know it's over when you're like 2,400 and your 2,000 rated wife is telling you to resign. I mean, if she can recognize he's lost, it was already time to resign. The Sveshnikov. Who would play such a thing? Yeah, I've never really learned the knight d5. That's all. That's the trend now because of Caruana Carlson match. This player, yeah, 2,000. Who's Dr. Obliviate? It's not Christophorus, is it? Cruciferous wouldn't play this. Chris Christopherson? Oh no. Speaking of Serbians, that's like my only. This was my only. That's crazy. One of my only Sveshnikovs over the board against Antich played that against me. It's an anti-A4 move. Dejan Antich, Serbian GM. First time I played him, I beat him. And then the second time was the Sveshnikov where it was a draw. And then the third time I lost, so I think I'm going to just not want to play him anymore. The trend is not good. Whatever. I'd like to play bishop e2 in general, but maybe it's a mistake here. I don't know. I don't really know the theory very well. I just go on instincts here. I'm not an e4 player in the pure sense. If you guys believe in that kind of stuff, like if you're this or you're that, you're an e4 player, you're a d4 player. You play the stuff you know. Blobix plays the Sveshnikov. He hasn't been around lately. I miss him. He's a good guy and a good asset, knowledgeable player. I like to have knowledgeable players, knowledgeable, experienced players partake of our stream. How old is this account? Ooh, they have something German or Austrian. 2 years old, but they hardly play, you know. The takeaway from that would be they play on another chess site, or they have another account. You can't have an account that's 2 years old here and play much on this site. Sveshnikov. Maybe it's like Mr. Slow's secret account. So rook b8 kills my a4 idea. I guess I'm going to do b4. I mean, that's my normal plan for this structure. Question, is it too slow? I like playing e4 because I want to learn it. I've played e4 over the board since 1991. But proportionally, only a small amount of my games. I always wanted to learn e4 because I didn't play it my whole... I became a national master over the board in the US, 2200, without ever playing a single game with e4. So that was like five years of tournament play without playing a single game with e4. And I did play it in blitz. I used to play blitz with e4, but I never felt confident enough to try it OTB. Then once I got National Master, I said, okay, got nothing to lose. My first e4 game was against John Curdo. Who was a strong player. He was like 2,500 at the time. But luckily he played like something kind of passive. Deferred Steinitz, and I drew. I remember a close Sicilian with White against Josh Whiteskin in 1991 or 1992. Those are the two first E4 games I remember. That was a draw as well. So I drew with two very strong players. Two of my earliest games with E4. But I just still never felt... I'll never feel as comfortable playing e4, I don't think. Black is basically playing a perfect game. I mean, I'm paranoid that everyone is cheating. Of course. Especially when they have weird names and only a limited number of games. But, the Sveshnikov is so well known. I don't think my opponent is cheating or something. He just plays the Sveshnikov all the time, so he's like an expert on the Sveshnikov. I think the Sveshnikov is one of Black's best options, honestly. Can I play Bishop d3 here? If I play Bishop d3, I induce you to weaken yourself, but at the same time, I don't have any good squares for my queen. Yeah, I don't want to play 93 and let him do that. Check. Checking queen d3 maybe. That allows bishop c4. That's really bad. So I don't know what to do. What about my rook? Can I play rook a6? You can. Or rook a5. Use the weakness. Rook a5. Use the weakness. Use the forest, Luke. I mean, I like playing people who like tell me who they are and reveal a little info and talk in the stream. This player just like came out of nowhere. They have very, 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 very few games. It's kind of strange, Like you have a 2-year-old account and you've only played like less than 100 games. That's really odd. You either are playing with a Smurf account or you play on another site. Rook c8, Not a move I expected. Right. Bishop d3. You expect black to play on the queen side here. But I gave myself a backward c-pawn, so I guess it's reasonable. Wouldn't be my first expectation, though. I have a passed pawn. Passed pawn. First player with a passed pawn. Black plays way too fast for the time control. That's another thing. His readings are also like very suspiciously close together. That's weird. Alright, knight e3, bishop e3, pawn e3, rook e3. Knight e3 is okay. Don't like my pawn structure, but my pieces are active after this, if he trades. Why is black playing so fast? It looks equal. But I think the Sveshnikov is like a draw. Objectively. Very drawish. Inherently, it's supposed to be you think it's like an aggressive opening, but I think there's actually a propensity for the games to kind of peter out to draws. My theoretical knowledge is too limited. I think this is very equal, although slightly imbalanced. I gotta go, guys. I said that. Blobix is an astonishingly good nickname. How do you judge good nicknames from bad ones? Blobix is a good player. He's a thoughtful player. He's he plays interesting openings. He's nice. He's a how do you call it? PD master for studies, composition. If you're a FIDE master for composition, it means like you understand how to actually think, and you're not playing like bullet chess all the time, I guess. I would assume. Are we lost yet? I don't like rook c2. I can always push my pawn. I have 3-1 time disadvantage. Let's see this guy's recent history. He basically plays bullet, blitz, rapid, all three. Blitz, rapid. Lots of bullet. Yeah. It's all new. They're all new games. Wow. So all the games, a lot of the games are recent. Rating went way up. It's weird. D5. Awfully accurate play by Black. A little too good. I would say Black played a perfect game. I'm struggling to just hold on. I try to focus on playing for cheapos, mostly. I feel uncomfortable with less time here. But I don't like playing these accounts like I don't know anything about this guy. He's got 100 games or less. Bullet doesn't count. He just barely makes the cut of 120 games or something. Willing to take basically a hardcore bullet player. At least he didn't try to like flag me, but it was like a perfect game. Nepomniachtchi Carlson. Okay, this is standard. Who's challenging me now? I gotta go, guys. How perfect was Black's play in this game? This is the highest draw percentage. No. Rook b8. No, h4. I'm not playing that. Not when I don't know the theory. I have played h4 before. There's a couple ideas with h4. Kasparov used that idea against Topalov. You've got the queen h5, and you've got white square bishop exchanges with bishop h3. I've played it before. So a5 is the main line. I was afraid of a5. He played bishop e6. And so now white usually plays queen d3, but I'm out of book now. This is obviously a move. I played b4. And so basically nobody plays this. Martin Del Campo played it in 1991. It's equal according to the engine, but it's slow. It's just slow, and white doesn't have an edge here. That equalizes. Black's actually better after knight takes e7 check. I should have played knight e3. Wow, he's actually better now. So f5 might be a mistake. Yeah, this surprised me. This surprised me. Timo, that's you. Okay, thanks for playing. Rook f c8 surprised me. You know, usually Sveshnikov players are focusing on the king side, so... But I missed something, knight a3. I mean, I had no time. I'm already low on time. Now I'm concerned on worse. Yeah, this holds. Well, I was winning with bishop d7, of course. That's an awesome puzzle. Holy shit. For once in their lives, lichess should have like a decent puzzle in the puzzle bot. That is a beautiful shot. Bishop d7 wins. Double decoy. That's sick. I mean, that move I would find maybe in a tournament game. Well, hopefully I would see it in a tournament game, but I was worried about my clock. That's an awesome shot. Decoying the queen and the bishop. Now, why can't you play bishop f7 is the real million-dollar question. Why does bishop d7 not work? Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Wow. That's crazy. So it's not just bishop d7. It's beyond that. You got to keep going and find rook a1. That's like level whatever, you know, like b5 is clear advantage to white with the outside passer, but rook a1 apparently wins by force. This is like the highest level puzzle, I would think. King f8 check, king e7, and now rook c8, winning material. Yeah, I'm not finding that. Probably I'm not finding that in a tournament game. So therefore this was double question mark. Missing bishop d7. You're losing again to bishop f5. Well, that's a move that I should have considered, but I was down to a minute. But again, you know, I mean, I just don't see a follow-up after bishop f7. I just don't see this, how strong this is. You're winning again. I was winning again. That was an easy one. Yeah, I was too worried about my time. I was happy to draw. I felt I was slightly worse. This ending is tricky, though. I could lose this. Maybe I'm a pessimist by nature. My concern was... Okay, I didn't see rook f3. Rook f3 is a brilliant move. Although you can still play check, rook f1, e2. Can we just draw, like here, check, rook f1, rook e2, rook f2, but you have rook e4, then I get behind. It's a draw. The rook ending is a draw. Takes. But I can lose if I make a mistake here. Well, actually I did. Wow, I'm lost. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Man. Your king gets close enough to protect the two connectors. Damn. Why was I afraid to play b5? I was afraid of something. b5. What was I afraid of? b5 was actually best. This loses. Oh my god. Alright guys, that's enough for me. Anyway. I missed 3 wins and my opponent missed 1. That's pretty bad. Alright, it's been a long morning. I'll see you all tomorrow night for a subscriber stream. Game analysis. Tomorrow night. We'll stream here on Twitch, and I'll reserve Sunday for kick.com/sladgy. If you are enjoying my stream, if you watch my stream, please follow us on Kick as well. Kick.com/sladgy. I need like 13 more followers to be an official streamer at Kick. So please do so. Alright. My game is definitely losing here. Losing some speed. So we're off till tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.